Joshua Williamson and Xermanico begin DC's next big summer event as the multiverse is revealed to the masses of Earth, leading to chaos and confusion in the streets as Justice Incarnate find an unlikely ally rocketed to them from a dying world. The Flash discovers the horrifying secrets of Earth Omega. Roy Harper realizes that no matter how hard he tries, he cannot outrun death. Joshua Williamson wonderfully jumps back into the story he begun in Infinite Frontier issue 0 and the Secret Files digital book he's been doing over the last couple of weeks leading up to this, and teases us with some great plots for the next 5 issues of the event. I quite enjoyed the real life aspect of it as well, with the general population now being clued into the existence of the multiverse, which I don't believe has actually happened before in DC Comics, and we find out it's just caused utter chaos and confusion, like what would actually happen in real life, leading to large groups believing that it is just some fake government crap, while others really believe the events of Death Metal actually happened, and they think that them remembering it makes them special. Already with that little bit of a premise, the event is showing that it's quite a bit different than other crises before it, and I hope that we continue to see what everyday people are doing regarding this new info, since no doubt from this it could lead to new heroes and villains rising up out of the ranks of the people. Thomas Wayne's inclusion in the book was quite surprising, and his introduction was a little sneaky as well, put under the guise of Calvin Ellis arriving on Earth as Superman, and I'm looking forward to seeing where he falls in this story, since no matter what, it would be infinitely better than what Tom King had planned for him in his Batman run. Roy Harper's return will no doubt get everyone talking, be it good or bad, though I think it is quite great since the reveal is that now he is a Black Lantern, but it seems to also be a shock for him as well, like he didn't know that was going to happen. It makes total sense why he would be a Black Lantern given his association with death and everything, so him exploring that power and maybe even using what is usually considered a villain's power for good this time will be lots of fun. Xermanico returns as the artist to the event, and boy do they do some just stellar work. Their action and paneling are all so unique and creative, and I love the representation of Psycho Pirate's powers over the Flash, and how he was constantly changing what era Flash he was in, from the 60s kind of gee-whiz version, more comedic version, to the more harder, edgier 90s version, all in the same panel, all with different looking art to differentiate them. It was just fantastic. Infinite Frontier issue 1 was a fantastic opener to Joshua Williamson's summer event for DC Comics, catching us up on what has happened to the universe in this newer DC universe and exploring some of the interesting new concepts like the general population getting in on the secret this time round, which leads to some quite fun drama and some interesting character reveals. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Infinite Frontier issue 1 sees a rocket speed away from a destroyed world, soon finding its way to Earth where it crash lands in a farm field. A truck pulls up short of the impact crater to find Flashpoint Batman is inside the rocket. The couple knows this isn't their Batman and he must be from somewhere else. The couple, revealed to be Ma and Pa Ellis, know they need to call their son Calvin, but Pa says he's busy running the country. Ma knows that they have to definitely call him, as Pa says that they moved out of the city to get away from all this, wondering why someone would ship them Batman since the multiverse is nothing but trouble. Across the world, people begin talking about the multiverse and what that now means for their world, wondering if they get to name their Earth or if there is even a better Earth out there. In New York, the Totality thwart another time attack, with Mr. Terrific finding that the Whirlagog wasn't used to alter their continuum, and luckily they got there just in time. Talia knows that the Totality shows no fluctuations, as Lex says that their secret alliance might actually be worth it. Vandal Savage deals with the villain as Alan says that he's late to see his children, so he leaves the situation in Hawkgirl and the other heroes' capable hands, speeding out of the area and to Gotham, where he meets with his son, who is also running late thanks to having a run-in with Mr. Freeze. Flying around the city, they find it looks so different during the day, wondering why they are there. Alan says that this was Jade's idea, since one of the earliest JSA HQs was in Gotham, and Jade says that she was meeting some old friends there, but Alan finds himself worrying for her, happy that she reached out to them though. Obsidian says that there's been a lot to take in lately, and no, he's not referring to his father coming out, but the giant war in the multiverse that destroyed everything only to have the multiverse be restarted, and now Alan has joined a group of heroes in a secret space station so they can monitor threats to the multiverse. Alan can sense his son's sarcasm as they turn into their civilian clothes on the street. Obsidian says that they have been separated for most of their lives, and either they were lost to time, Alan was away with the JSA, or they are erased from existence altogether, and now they have a new lease on life. He wishes the three of them had more time together as they reach the old JSA headquarters. Alan wants to talk with this, but wants to wait until they meet with Jade, when suddenly the building explodes in a green fire, so the heroes race towards it, picking through the rubble for Jeannie Lin, but Obsidian cannot feel the connection with his sister anymore, wondering where Jade has gone. In Paris, Cameron Chase tells Director Bones that she's on vacation, and Bones says that he is as well, as Chase asks how he found her. Bones remembers she never stopped talking about the damn dessert she is eating. Bones asks if the woman remembers the world before it got weird, but Chase says that no one seems to care about the skeleton man sitting at a cafe, and he's old news, and Bones knows that that's his point, wondering if she knows that a super god came from another world and messed up their reality. Chase asks which god he means, as Bones knows that people are worried about the multiverse now, and they shouldn't even know it exists. Chase knows there's no putting that genie back in the bottle since the multiverse is mainstream now. Bones finds it quite exhausting, and moves are being made to ensure another event is stopped before it can start, beginning with the DEO being reinstated, and they need Cameron Chase to be coming back with full authority. Chase says that she hates Bones and won't ever work with him again, as Bones shows her something, shocking Chase, who loses her appetite as Bones leaves. Elsewhere, Thomas Wayne begins awakening as a voice says that his escape shuttle was made from a metal never seen in any world. Machine Head knows he's a cosmic anomaly, and a big one at that, thinking that he might be from the dark multiverse. Thomas opens his eyes, asking where he is, as Captain Carrot welcomes him, asking if he wants some carrot juice. Thomas kicks Machine Head in the face before judo throwing Captain Carrot into Aquawoman and Mary Marvel, escaping the medbay knowing that the Stooges before couldn't hold him, and neither can they. Leaving the room, he wonders where he is as the arriving Calvin Ellis welcomes him to the House of Heroes, introducing the Justice Incarnate team as the members all introduce themselves individually. Thomas asks who he's supposed to be, so Calvin says that he's President Superman. Thomas knows that's a mighty upgrade compared to the Superman from where he's from, and Calvin wants to know where that is, since he crash landed on Earth 23, wanting to know what he was escaping from. Thomas tells him to get the Flash, since he'll explain everything, but Calvin asks which one, so Thomas says for him to get Barry Allen. But again, Calvin asks which one, since there's quite a few. The Flash, meanwhile, begins his report recording for Justice Incarnate, knowing he's already explored much of the known multiverse, but knows his mission is to research the changes, promising President Superman he would have waited for him to go and explore the new world, but he can't just run to a new world like he would in the multiverse, since the map doesn't just go further. But he has a theory that if he vibrates while he runs through all of the known worlds, he will gather enough multiverse energy to access the mystery world. Flash does just that and succeeds, and makes it to Earth Omega. He hopes Justice Incarnate are getting his signal, finding the world has no vibration or frequency, and there's something familiar about this world, like it's a crime scene. Soon he comes upon the dead Quintessence, going over the scene and finding energy signatures off the chart, and there was no struggle from them. He wonders who could have done this, calling an emergency meeting of Justice Incarnate, wanting his message to tell them that death follows them again, and he finds it so heartbreaking. A voice soon says that he should have stayed away, as suddenly Flash is pushed through his different incarnations throughout the years, knowing that he'll get to the bottom of this. The voice says that he is happy for him, as Flash asks what is happening to him. The voice says that he's been down this path before with him, both being witnesses to the great crises. But even after Barry came back from the dead, he never tried to find the man. The voice belongs to Psycho Pirate, who says that Barry really hurt his feelings never coming to look for him. Pirate knows that he's been through some changes since they last saw each other, but then they all have as well, as another voice says that he can play with Flash after he fulfills his promise, wanting him to remember his new role in this story. Psycho Pirate says that there is a new crisis coming, except this time he and Barry are on the same team, since the hero will help him find something or someone. On Earth, a woman talks with her parents about the Justice League saving them from a world-ending threat, but her parents knows that was just a mass hysteria and they read about it all online. The woman, however, sees the Batman who laughs in her dreams, wondering how anyone could forget that world. A man in the booth next to her excuses himself for interrupting, but he too remembers the red skies. At the diner's bar, Roy Harper sits and drinks his coffee, listening to the people talk about the multiverse and other Earths. They wonder how they are supposed to keep on living now that they know what they know, and why out of every living thing do they remember, thinking that they are special. An angry man comes by, telling them to shut up since the multiverse is fake news and they aren't special. The people begin arguing with him, saying that after everything they have seen over the years, how can the man deny this? But the man says his cousin lived in Gotham and had never seen Batman, but he still died in that Arkham attack, and they have to deal with real life lunatics and supervillains, and then alien invasions and gods and demons, and now multiverses are being added to the pile. He wants the people to wake up to the nonsense as Roy gets involved, trying to calm the man down, but he continues ranting that the multiverse is not real. Suddenly the wall of the diner explodes in as a group of armed soldiers arrive, spotting their target in Roy, wanting to capture him for extraction. The female leader says that the world doesn't like him, not wanting any witnesses. Roy tells the people to run as he begins hurling things at the villains, who easily shoot them out of the air, saying Roy Harper doesn't belong there. Roy wonders if he means in the diner or in the land of the living, as the man continues to shout that this isn't real. Roy grabs him and pulls him to cover as he is hit in the arm by the woman's laser blasts. The woman says that Roy is to be prepared for travel, and once they get him to his new home, he'll wish he had stayed dead. Suddenly the woman is punched out of the building by a giant black fist as shadow beings appear in the building, attacking the remaining soldiers and throwing them clear of the building. The people all run off as Roy awakens in a cloud of smoke, thanking whomever saved him. He soon realizes he actually saved himself, as he has become a Black Lantern and has control over the different aspects of his former lives, making him wonder what he has gotten himself into.